Hi, my name is Emily Madill. I'm here with what I call my weekly happiness video where I read aloud this week's featured article. This week's article is a brand new one that I've just written. It's called 3 Ways to Actually Enjoy the Doing Part of Your Day. How many times during the week do you feel overwhelmed? Do you spend more time worrying about the giant stack of things before you than actually doing the things? Imagine how much lighter the day would feel by eliminating the unnecessary worry that accompanies tasks. There is a feeling of ease that comes when we slow down and allow our minds to match the pace of our bodies. We may get results from action, but it's how we approach the action, how we feel in our being, that makes all the difference in the doing part of our day. When we focus on the present moment, it's easier to see what the next best step is. It becomes easier to experience firsthand that putting one foot in front of the other is an ideal approach to life. Slowing down to get things done can feel counterintuitive. After all, the giant list rarely completes itself. But the added stress brought on from worrying, rushing, or pushing to get multiple things done at once, while seemingly effective at first, doesn't actually get us further ahead. When we have too much on the go at one time, we are more apt to miss something that ends up creating more stress and struggle than necessary. According to Cleveland Clinic, studies show that when our brain is constantly switching gears to bounce back and forth between tasks, especially when those tasks are complex and require our active attention, we become less efficient and more likely to make a mistake. A methodical, single-focused approach to daily doing is a much gentler and efficient way to accomplish more and actually feel good during the process. None of us will likely arrive at the end of our journey and remember the accumulation of our to-dos and tasks over a lifetime. It's more likely that we will reminisce about the quality of our doing, the feeling, the being, and the living that happened inside of our life journey. When I find myself overwhelmed or focused on too many things at one time, I know it's my cue to slow down. These are the 3 strategies that help me remember to take one step at a time and experience more being while I'm doing. If they resonate, give them a try. Number 1, plan ahead. Being organized is a helpful way to eliminate worry before it begins. I'm an advocate for having a weekly planning ritual to organize my days ahead of time. The idea is to pick a day each week that's easy for you to stick to. I take out my planner every Sunday to map out my week. Having a regular planning ritual is a great way to get all of the tasks and plans for the week out of your head and onto paper. Then your mind doesn't need to loop around trying to remember what is next. You've taken care of that before the week even begins. Planning your week ahead of time also helps you see where you may need to set boundaries around your time and where you have added time for rest and play. Planning ahead helps you get clear on what you might want to add or take off the list before you even begin. Then, when your week begins, you have the structure in place, and instead of thinking about what is next, you have space to enjoy the task before you. Number 2, mindset reset. Create a meaningful reminder to help you focus on the present moment. This strategy, like the one before, is all about planning ahead. When we are enjoying a slower pace, it's easier to feel present. But life gets busy and noise and distractions will come up throughout the day. Planning ahead for multiple mindset resets is a smart and kind thing to do for your present self and your future self. My reminder for presence is the Japanese word "ima." This word has personal meaning to me and is easy for me to bring to mind or say aloud when I start to feel overwhelmed or anxious throughout the day. "Ima" helps me come back home to myself and the moment and task before me. Pick a word, mantra, or reminder that feels personal and will be easy to draw on to help you through high stress moments. Give yourself permission to have lots of mindset resets throughout the day. Presence isn't just a state of being, it's a choice we make each moment of the day. And number 3, allow pleasure. If you aren't experiencing joy in your life journey, now is the time to start. Allow yourself to find pleasure in whatever you are doing. Pleasure isn't just a feeling of elation or positive emotion. Pleasure is about allowing yourself to experience the moments you're in while you're actually in them. Connect to your being while you are doing and notice how that feels. Stand rooted in your body when you feel pulled away by worried thoughts. Let your breath, your deep intentional breath, help you experience the pleasure that comes from being present in your doing. The days and weeks will come and go, so too will our tasks and to-dos. How do you most want to feel in your daily doing? What does presence feel like to you? So that is our article this week, 3 ways to actually enjoy the doing part of your day. And this article will be up on my website, emilymadill.com, and it will also be up on thriveglobal.com. So I'll include a link below this video to the article in case you want to have a read through or you want to share it out with someone who could use a little boost. And I'll also include a link to the planner that I use. It's one that I've actually wrote and published back in the fall of 2020, and it's called Fall in Love with Your Life, 1 week at a time. It's a seasonal planner. It's a heart-centered, feminine way to organize your time. And this planner is more like a resource book. It'll cover you for a 3-month season. I have some self-coaching type tools in here, and it's a full color planner. It views time in a circular fashion in a 24-hour clock, and there's space each week to put in self-care and a weekly intention word, and it's all about putting small steps in play that also factor you and your self-care into the mix. So yes, there's room for all your tasks and to-dos, but it also factors you into the model. And then I also have Fall in Love with Your Life, 1 week at a time. It's a book I published back in 2015, and this book will cover you for 52 weeks. It's a journal style book with weekly prompts that are all around enhancing your presence, and they're simple mindful practices that you can implement into your life 1 week at a time to help you experience and create that presence and that active sort of self-awareness and that presence practice in your own life in a really gentle way. So both of those books, I'll include links below this video. They are available at most online retailers, as well as you might want to check your local bookstore, or if they don't have it, you can always ask them to bring it in. So I hope something here was helpful, and again, just allow yourself, if anything, to just see how it feels to focus on one thing at a time, how that sort of melts away the worry and stress that we all can carry, and just see how that shifts whatever it is that you are going through. Again, it's not going to change the struggles that come up, but it just makes journeying through them feel a lot easier when we feel really connected to who we are, and we feel connected and connected to our bodies. So, come back to that deep intentional breath or box breathing, inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, release for the count of 4, and just see how, implementing some of these small strategies, things that you already know about, but they do make a difference in how you feel and how you approach the tasks and the daily doing that we all have on a daily basis. So just to bring more enjoyment into that. So I hope something here was helpful, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Thank you.